Hey everybody, how's it going? Alec and Stuff here, and welcome back to Quick Thoughts, a short segment in which I give you some rapid-fire impressions on the things that I find interesting. And today's video is going to be all about Mario Kart Tour. What's that, you ask? A new Mario Kart game is just on the horizon? Well, yes and no. So just this past week, during Nintendo's strategy briefing for 2018, we got a few interesting details and announcements, and I'll leave a link below so you guys can check all of that information out. But one of the most interesting things talked about during this meeting was the announcement that Mario Kart is coming to the smartphone platforms in the form of Mario Kart Tour. What? Now, as of this moment, there's really no other information given other than Nintendo plans to release the game sometime in the next fiscal year, which is basically from now until March of 2019. But, despite the fact that we know next to nothing about this game, that still didn't stop my mind from overflowing with different ideas and potential things that we could expect to see from a mobile Mario Kart game. Man, that thought is still just so weird. Anyways, after this game was announced, I immediately started to wonder about the kind of gameplay Mario Kart Tour could potentially have. And if we take a brief look at mobile gaming as a whole, we can easily come to the conclusion that, by and large, the platform can be very limiting. Even using Nintendo's own mobile titles like Super Mario Run, Animal Crossing, and Fire Emblem, it's clear to see that there are indeed some sacrifices that need to be made in order to make the game work as a mobile title, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Now, when it comes to a game like Mario Kart, the biggest question on my mind is how can we keep the racing just as fast-paced and fun as it has always been, while also keeping it accessible to a general audience? Now, after a few long days on the drawing board, I think I've finally come up with an answer. So back in 2011, there was this mobile game that came out, took the world by storm, you've probably heard of it, Temple Run. So Temple Run is a 3D endless runner type of game, and it's basically you play as this explorer who's running down a path, and you either swipe left or swipe right to collect coins and or to avoid obstacles. Very, very simple gameplay. But it works, and it was actually kind of fun. I think this is the best route to take for Mario Kart Tour. It would keep the fast-paced gameplay intact, while also making the game fun and accessible for new audiences and the general public. Okay, imagine you load up the game. You pick a course, your character, and off you go. You're driving around in this 3D environment while swiping left and right to pick up item boxes, collect coins, avoid banana peels, and all the other fixings of Mario Kart. I think that would be so cool! You could also potentially even work in multiplayer races via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi and race your friends, and add in the ability to sync in with Facebook or Twitter for leaderboards. I mean, since Mario Kart is a social/party game by nature, I feel like there's so much potential here to integrate that with the social media capabilities on smartphones. Now, clearly, I could be way off base and the game will be something totally different when it releases, and there's a lot of different routes a game like this can take, and we only know so much at this point, but hey, I can dream. At the end of the day, if we're being honest, Nintendo's mobile titles so far have been largely hit or miss for me. Miitomo was fun for the brief amount of time I had friends that played it, Super Mario Run is great for casual Mario fans who want to play their games in short bursts, although the gameplay was far too simplistic for me to enjoy in the long run. I do really love Fire Emblem Heroes though, and the continued seasonal updates keep me coming back. And lastly, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp just isn't as fully featured as I'd like it to be if we're speaking in comparison to past games. All in all though, I'm very excited for Mario Kart Tour and really curious to see what form it ends up taking, as it really is anyone's guess for the time being. Anyways, that's about it for me for this video, but before I go, I gotta ask, what do you guys think of the idea of Mario Kart on phones? Are you excited? Do you think it's lame? Also, what kind of gameplay do you even think we can expect from this thing? Feel free to let me know in the comments down below, as I'd love to discuss with you guys. And you know, I can't take off before saying that, of course, as always, I'm Alec and Stuff, and I will see you all again real soon. Bye!